Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Let me wrap up something on our deep state conversation. Take your mic out of my ear, buddy. Our deep state conversation. I just want to remind you, in the 8 years, first of all, the deep state did not just start with Barack Hussein Obama. But that is when they had 536, they did have the President of the United States. So the deep state did not start with Barack Hussein Obama. It did not start with James Comey, okay? It just took this election for it to implode. That being said, if you look at the phony economy that was created in the 8 years of Obama, now there's a lot of argument that the Obama administration did some things to stabilize the financial markets, did some things to stabilize this country, and we learned the words quantitative easing, and that did go back to George W. Bush, but still yet. I want you to, when I say the 732,451, not including the Pentagon there at 26,000, if you take a minute and do your research, okay, and one day we're going to turn this into, you know, a 3-hour show, a 4-hour show with some more people involved one of these days. Because if I had the time this morning, I'd do the research and I would show you that within the 8 years that Barack Obama was president of the United States, the District of Columbia metro area was the fastest growing area in the United States. Northern Virginia. Let me tell you something. You come out, what is it, 66 or 68? I forget the interstate that comes out of Washington, D.C. there. Comes out of Washington, D.C., and it goes out towards Leesburg. Look up Leesburg, Virginia, okay? And that's about 62 miles out of D.C. Straight shot out, straight shot in. And you go out to Leesburg and you see the very, very fancy shopping centers. I mean, not cheap. I'm talking fancy shopping centers. And you see subdivisions out there of high-end townhouses. High-end. And then you see the homes, the subdivisions of homes that start at $500,000. Subdivisions. And because I'll tell you why, I had a family member that lived in one of those subdivisions out there. And although they did not work for the government, the houses in the subdivision where they lived started at $350,000. And I'll never forget going to their house for the first time in this subdivision. And $350,000 in it. It was a new subdivision. And the majority of the people that lived in that subdivision, this family member was standing on the front steps. And I'll never forget, there was like 3 or 4, we were having breakfast, there were 3 or 4 neighborhood ladies come in the house, okay, that morning, and they were neighbors from down the street. And one, the husband worked for the CIA, one, the husband was a Secret Service agent. I mean, they had, I mean, my family member was standing on the front porch and say, this one works for the State Department, this one works in here. It was enormous of what's going on in that area. I will say this, Barack Hussein Obama did not create the deep state, but in the 8 years, he built it up in that area to be so solid and so strong. They don't want to lose what they have. They do not. And it's as deep as it runs deep, they do not want to lose it. That being said, I want to send your attention to an article by Cheryl Atkinson, okay? Cheryl Atkinson, and I found this article on Zero Hedge. It's a great article, and it's called 8 Signs Pointing to a Counter Intel Op Deployed Against Trump, all right? And it's a pretty good basis and understanding. Now, there's so much information coming out every single day that you're having a hard time putting the timelines, the pieces, the puzzle together. There's so much coming out. This is a very good 8 signs pointing to the counter intel op deployed against Trump. And she lays out The code name was Operation, the New York Times said, Crossfire Hurricane, the wiretap. Now, she lays out the wiretap. Remember when President Donald Trump said they tapped Trump Tower? And the media laughed. They laughed at him like he's some clown. Oh, yeah. But see, the media wanted you to believe that it was 1970 style, that somebody with a ski mask, that Donald Trump, they were making fun of him, wiretap. Somebody with a ski mask and the black gloves got down in the communication headquarters at Trump Tower in the basement and put the little clips on the red wire and the white wire and was down there going like this. That's not true. Surveillance today and wiretapping as we thought of in the 60s and 70s, surveillance today is much different. I mean, you actually can have a digital, I don't want to tell you this, you probably know it, you can have a digital device that's sitting outside this building that's running digital codes so fast trying to pick up your phone signal. Absolutely. How do you think they get your ATM number? They pull up in a van. You got to say it's a van because, it's like A-Team, right? It's the old days. So they pull up in a van. This is no joke. And there's a device that they can sit within like 50 feet of an ATM machine that will run digits. I mean, it will run them so fast and key in the tones that's going in that machine, and they can make their own card. I know you don't like to hear that. Maybe I shouldn't have said it, but yes, sir, they can make their own ATM card. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It can happen. All right. Whether you know it or not, that's why all those little privacy cones are going over the ATM machines, because there's scanners, different things that are happening. So when they said wiretap, when Trump said Trump Tower has been wiretapped, they made fun of him. Secret surveillance was conducted on no fewer than 7 Trump associates: Chief Strategist Steve Bannon, Lawyer Michael Cohen, National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner, all right, son-in-law. Oh my God, the media went nuts about Jared Kushner and him being tied into Russia and collusions, and his businesses were trying to get Russian loans to bail out the Kushner Industries every day, every day. Well, guess what? The FBI, when you become, I just want to change tracks, but when you become a member of the White House staff, you go through a vetting process to get the highest security clearances, okay? To get full security clearances, to be able to sit on meetings, whatever, or have information, okay? Everybody that goes in, unless there's an immediate red flag, works off an temporary security clearance from the FBI. So the FBI has a temporary, okay? Meaning we're vetting you. We're going out, we're sitting down with your kindergarten teacher and asking your kindergarten teacher, did you eat Jell-O or pudding? That's no joke, man. I mean, they'll go out and find one of your friends in high school or stuff. This is not a joke, man. They'll go all the way through before you get that security clearance that is overall top. Okay, so anyhow, all jokes aside, they have a temporary security clearance that everybody works under. Now they start giving those security clearance and doing that investigation. You got to have so much of it done prior to inauguration so you can even get in the White House. Then once you're in the White House, you're working under a temporary and it's limited. Then you get full when they're done. And it's sad, but it takes a year or so. Now we had the incidents to where there was a problem in the White House with the interim security clearances. And so Kelly instituted knocking everybody's security clearance down, which was Kushner's. His security clearance was knocked way down, and they weren't allowed into some of the meetings, okay? Media made fun of that, enjoyed that. But now Jared Kushner has been completed, and he has full top security clearance in the White House, by the way. So they wiretapped son-in-law Jared Kushner, campaign chairman Paul Manafort, and campaign foreign policy advisor Carter Page and George Papadopoulos. The FBI reportedly applied for a secret warrant in June 2016 to monitor Manafort, Page, Papadopoulos, and Flynn. If true, it means the FBI targeted Flynn 6 months before his much-debated conversation with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. The FBI reportedly applied for a secret warrant in June 2016 to monitor Manafort, Page, Papadopoulos, and Flynn. Okay, the FBI applied 4 times to wiretap Page after he became a Trump campaign advisor starting in 2016. Now listen to this. Page's office is connected to Trump Tower, and he reports having spent many hours in Trump Tower. So when Donald Trump said they wiretapped Trump Tower, CNN reported that Manafort was wiretapped before and after the election, including during a period when Manafort was known to talk to President Trump. Manafort reportedly has a residence in Trump Tower. Electronic surveillance was used to listen in on 3 Trump transition officials in Trump Tower, Flynn, Bannon, and Kushner, as they met in an official capacity with the United Arab Emirates Crown Prince. NBC recently reported that Cohen, Trump's personal attorney, was wiretapped. NBC later corrected the story, saying Cohen was subject of a pen register used to monitor phone numbers and possibly internet communications. Okay? So this is a great article that she has out. Unmasking is number 4. Unmasking the identity-protected names of the Americans captured by the government surveillance. Unmasking is a big deal. Now, when you have, as an American citizen, all right, private citizen, but you have a lot of conversations with foreign nationals, whether they're, you are subject to being listened to. You're subject to surveillance. But it's against the law, and there's only certain people that have the ability to ask to unmask. They can't unmask. The FBI has to. But certain individuals can ask, can request unmasking at the highest level. Okay? Unmasking. Let me get this. I got 8 minutes. Unmasking, identifying, protecting names of Americans captured by the government surveillance was frequently deployed by at least 4 top Obama officials who have subsequently spoken out against President Trump. James Clapper, crook. James Clapper is a correspondent, a paid hat for CNN. CNN pays him. He is a liar. Former National Intelligence Samantha Powers. Remember the famous question? Remember the famous question from Trey Gowdy when he said, who, to Mr. Comey, who has the powers to unmask? Who can ask? Samantha Powers? He asked all those. Remember, go back. I'm telling you, they are in deep, deep trouble, and it's not Stormy Daniels' porn star trouble, and it's not Michael Cohen may have been paid or attempted to be paid by the Ukrainians to set up a meeting. It's not okay, folks. But these foreign governments try to find soft targets everywhere, no pun intended, soft targets everywhere surrounding a political figure to see if they can get an in. Happens all the time, no matter who it is. So, Samantha Powers, former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice, former National Security Advisor, Sally Yates, former Deputy Attorney General. Names of Americans caught communicating with monitored foreign targets must be masked. They must be, or hidden within the government agency so that names cannot be misused or shared. However, it's been revealed that power made near daily unmasking request, okay, in 2016. Prior to that revelation, Clapper claimed ignorance. When asked if he knew of unmasking requests by an ambassador, including Power, he testified, I don't know. Maybe it's ringing a vague bell, but I'm not, I can't answer that in any confidence. Rice admitted to asking for unmasking names to the U.S. Citizens Intelligence Report. Clapper also admitted to requesting the unmasking of Mr. Trump, his associate, as a member of Congress. Clapper and Yates admitted they also personally reviewed unmasked documents, shared unmasked material with other officials. Clapper, Brennan work for the deep state media now. They're all crooks. Changing the rules, media strategy. These are the 8 points. Media strategy. Former CIA Director John Brenner and Clapper, two of the most integral intel officials in the ongoing controversy, have joined national news organizations where they have a regular opportunity to shape the news narrative, including on very issues under investigation. Clapper reportedly secretly leaked salacious political opposition research against Trump to CNN in 2011 and later was hired at CNN as a political analyst. In February, Brennan was hired as a political analyst for MSNBC. 7, the leaks. And 8, friends, informants, and snoops. It's 9:55. It is a great article. It kindly puts a lot of things in perspective. The 8 signs pointing to the counter intel op deployed against Trump by Cheryl Atkinson. We got a lot going on. We have to go. Lottie, do you have instant replay queued up, or was that set up for you yesterday? You ready for it? Folks, tomorrow morning, we will be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. The usual 8 a.m. live. Ask the Doc, All-Star Political Panel, Humane Society of Blue Ridge Pet of the Week. But now stay tuned for North Georgia's #1 new online sports show, Instant Replay with Dave Garner. We'll see you in the morning. Take us out of here, Lonnie. Good job, Lonnie.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt like this before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Better days ahead. Yellow pollen means green cash at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. The spring savings event is on at Days, and the discounts are deep. Now save up to $11,000 off select new 2018 Chevy Silverados, or up to $6,000 off select new 2018 Equinox. Pick any Chevy you want and save a bunch during the spring savings event going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less. Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Instant Replay. I'm your host, Dave Garn. We thank you for joining us here on this Monday Live, May 21st, 2018. If you're watching on Monday, you're indeed watching this program live right now from 10 a.m. until 11 this morning. We thank you for being with us. If you're watching Tuesday through Thursday, then you're watching an encore of this program, but it still makes sense. Again, this is our weekly sports update, and this is the only live weekly online sports program in North Georgia that we know of anyway, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, you can contact us at 706-889-9700, and you can always email us at teamfynsports@fetchernews.com. We've got an action-packed hour for you today, and you can probably tell, maybe you can, I don't know, I know I can, I've lost a little bit of my voice. I went to the Atlanta United contest last night on Sunday night down at Mercedes-Benz. My very first ever MLS experience, my first Atlanta United experience, and obviously had a pretty good time because I can't hardly talk this morning, but a lot of the yelling and screaming was because of the officiating and how awful it was. I'm not going to make any bones about it. A lot of the talk, of course, Monday morning was about the officiating or lack thereof. A lot of controversial calls, and we'll save that debate for a rainy day. We've got a lot of high school sports to talk about. In fact, pretty much I'd say about 90% of what we're going to talk about today or be able to talk about, we may not even get to it, is probably going to be centered around high school sports this morning. And we're excited about that because really that is the purpose of this program. Again, if it happens in North Georgia, we're all over it. And we're promoting and highlighting student athletes in a positive way right here on the Instant Replay and also with Team FYN Sports. So again, we'll save that for another day, but we're going to talk a little bit in the coming weeks about various topics, and one of those is going to be officiating, because I really feel like the officiating has really gotten terrible. Just about every sport
at every level. Now I know Luther, he's been a high school official, so I'm not necessarily talking about high school officiating as much as I'm talking about college and pro. So again, I'm not gonna pick on our school officials so much, but we're going to save this debate, this topic, for another time. But again, last night was certainly one of those moments where you just scratch your head and say, wow, what is going on here? But otherwise, great time. Took the family. Everyone's first time to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And if you haven't had a chance to go down there, it's awesome. It's a great experience. I went to a Falcons game this past season. This was my first Atlanta United experience. But it was a great experience. I mean, it's an awesome place. It's an awesome venue to watch football and professional soccer. And again, very, very excited. Very excited about the Atlanta United team. But we've lost 2 in a row now at home, which is unlike us. But again, a lot of the officiating, and I'm not just saying this because my team lost. That's not why I'm dogging on the officiating, but it is what it is. And that's my little rant of the week, I guess. Amanda, how are you doing?
Doing good.
How was your weekend?
We have had just a crazy morning this morning with election season. It's finally over until the end of the year.
Right.
So that has been going crazy. But I had a very relaxing weekend. So coming in this morning with all these candidates has been woo.
Tomorrow's a big day around our country. I mean, obviously elections here locally, and I'm sure we'll have some runoff, so it may not be completely over yet. But I know BKP had a very busy morning on his program with all the election stuff going on, and I know you've had a busy morning as well. So we'll try to keep it easy. We'll try to keep it moving. We'll try not to throw too much at you.
I already feel a little bit better.
There you go. We've got an awesome show ahead. Again, we're going to go ahead and jump right on it. A lot of things going on. Spring football practice, taking it to the next level. Got a lot of college signees to get you caught up on. Also, a changing of the guard, some coaching changes locally in our area, and we're going to touch on all those things. And we are expected to have one of our FYN Sports correspondents joining us here in a few minutes. RJ Casey from down in Jasper from Pickens High, and RJ covers sports first in Pickens County. We also got Luther Kinsey behind the glass as well. And Luther, man, you've had a busy week covering everything from golf to bull riding to Special Olympics to you name it, man. You're all over the place.
Sure, we talk a lot of truth on this show, but today we get to talk a little bull.
Hey, that's right up our alley. I mean, it's going to fit in just perfectly for what we do. So very excited about that, no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and jump in to spring football. And like I said, we're going to hear from RJ a little bit later on the show here, maybe the next few minutes or so. But Pickens taking on Dawson on this past Friday night, May 18th. The big story, though, I guess, was really the completion of the stadium, getting to see everything kind of come together. The 32-foot electronic video board, the new turf, of course, laid down at Dragon Stadium, and what an atmosphere. Pickens, again, would win the overall contest with Dawson, 42-32, the final score there with JV and varsity, everyone combined. We're going to hear, like I said, from RJ in a little bit, but Luther, I know you were there as well. What was it like seeing everything kind of come together? I know you've been following the completion of the stadium, but what was it like to see a crowd there and kind of see football being played?
It was absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you, that field will benefit the fast running backs and receivers that Pickens has.
Right.
It plays very fast.
Right.
The cool play technology they used in the pellets was amazing. It wasn't too bad hot, as far as the weather goes on Friday night. It was perfect night for football, but the coolness of the field, you could definitely tell the difference between that and a normal turf.
Right.
And just beautiful. The board, the video board was amazing. And I'm sure RJ, who I think is actually on the line now and ready for us, will talk some about that. But it is amazing. The American flag just flashing back, waving as if it's real on that video screen for the national anthem was just chills.
Phenomenal.
Chills.
That's
And
awesome.
I look forward to the stories and pictures that RJ has for the season, and what Pickens County's going to do. They look really good, and Dawson looked good.
Right.
Dawson looked good. Dawson, fairly young, early mistakes. Of course, spring practice game had a lot of turnovers, but they're going to be all right as well. I'll have more on them as the season draws closer and continues.
There we go. Sounds good.
I actually got RJ on the line. RJ, can you hear?
RJ, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, man.
Hey, there he is. All right. We'd like to welcome right now to the program, again, our FYN Sports Pickens correspondent, RJ Casey, joining us live right here on the Instant Replay. And RJ, obviously you may have heard a little bit with Luther there and I were talking about spring football and everything. I know you've been following, really all sports in Pickens County throughout the whole spring, but what was your take on Friday night with the football team?
I thought they looked pretty good, especially for only practicing for basically a week and a half. They looked pretty good. CJ Stryker looked pretty good at quarterback. The defense looked really good, forcing several turnovers against the good Dawson offense. But overall, yeah, they looked pretty good Friday night.
Absolutely. So give me your impression of the let's go back and talk about, first of all, let's talk about the stadium. I mean, obviously the excitement has built in and around Pickens County with the addition of the turf and the electronic video board and all those elements that are going to enhance those Friday nights this fall. What's been your take of the new stadium? Are you a big fan of it?
Oh yeah, I love it. I was talking to people Friday night. It's like I'd never would have thought something like this would have come to little old Pickens County, but yeah, it's beautiful. The turf feels amazing when you walk on it. The video board is just awesome. The lights are really something too. It really illuminates what you're seeing down on the field, and
right.
It's always been a pretty place to watch a football game, but now it's really something.
Absolutely. It's one of those campuses in general, you pull on the campus and it's very picturesque, and now the stadium even more so with the addition of the turf. RJ, let's talk a little bit. I know spring sports starting to wrap up. Spring football is kind of that last domino to fall, if you will, before we kind of transition into the summer workouts. I know you've talked to Coach Parker and you've had some conversation, I'm sure, with some of the players as connected as you are to that program. What's the feeling about this year's Pickens Dragons team now going into the off-season workouts?
I think they think they've got a pretty good shot coming in this fall, especially with they want to improve on how things left last year. I know they didn't want the 4 seed going up against Cartersville last year, but yeah, they've got a pretty good shot. They've got a lot of home games this year with that new turf, and it should hopefully benefit them going through the season, and they got a pretty good shot in the region this year.
There we go. Absolutely. It's always a tough draw anytime you get a Cartersville in the first round. You want to avoid that number 4 seed certainly coming out of your side, having to go somewhere like that. But yeah, this Dragons team certainly seems headed in the right direction. You mentioned CJ Stryker. They got a lot of young, good players that are coming up to kind of mesh with those veterans like Zach Goss and those guys who've been around a while. And we're certainly looking forward to hearing more from the Dragons as we get further into the off-season workout there. And RJ, hey, thanks for being on with us this morning. Look forward to hearing more from you as we build towards another high school football season in Pickens County.
No problem. Anytime.
All right. Sounds good, bud. Thanks for being with us this morning right here on the Instant Replay. Again, that was RJ Casey, our Team FYN Sports correspondent from Pickens County, joining us right here with an update from Pickens High School. And again, the Dragons, again, winning that scrimmage. Dawson County's been very tough over the last several years. Sid Maxwell had come out of retirement to take over that program for a couple years, really got the Tigers back on the map. They may be tough this year, but certainly a good sign for the Dragons to be able to put together a big win on their opening action on the turf. Everything coming together now in Pickens County, and we're going to talk more about the Dragons a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Gilmer County also in action against Cahola Creek. And Luther, I know you and I talked about some of these matchups. A lot of these teams in the spring not necessarily keeping score. In fact, there was no score reported. It was just a 0-0 tie basically being reported from that Gilmer scrimmage there against Cahola Creek. But nonetheless, we're seeing the Bobcats kind of coming together. Fannin County took on Cass in a very similar situation. situation. No official score kept, as it was very controlled on both sides of the ball. But even though a lot of the scrimmages were controlled this past week, this past Thursday and Friday night, we saw teams really moving the ball up and down the field, executing a little bit. That's always a great thing to see, especially this early in the year. And I love the format of being able to play another school in the spring. We've never seen that before until recently. It was always you had to wait till fall scrimmage, but now instead of just having those inter-squad scrimmages, these guys are able to see real competition in the spring, which really serves as a good measuring stick.
The spring game is more or less to just, to cultivate the 2-week spring practice for them. You can learn a lot, in advance of when you really have to start focusing on individual technique and individual players, things like that. Gives you a really good idea of what you have going into.
Right.
And, being able to play, have another team come in or go to that team stadium, is really good for the coaches and it's good for the players. Sorry, I lost for words there for a second. It's Monday.
It is.
It really gives the coaches an idea as a whole. You have 60, 70, 80 plus sometimes come out for spring practice. And when the regular season starts, you may have 60 of those 80.
Right.
So
which is typically the case, but
it just gives you an idea of what you have up front to look forward to, the ones you really want to try to work on. Of course, you don't want to give up on any of them.
Sure.
But at the same time, you're going to know in this spring practice who's going to stay and who's going to not, so to speak.
Right. Exactly.
So,
exactly.
But it is, like I said, a lot of teams moving the ball up and down. I know you'll get to it in just a second, but Fannin County, had 5A Cass coming in.
It's tough competition. Yeah.
I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but Cass decided to cancel out of that, so it gave Coach Cheatham the opportunity to do kind of a blue-gray inter-squad scrimmage, and he got everyone on the field, and he possibly got a look at some of those that he might not have gotten to if Cass had showed up to play. So that and that's really good for him in his first season.
Yeah, absolutely. Lumpkin County also with a win over Johnson Gainesville. The Knights came to town. Lumpkin, no score available there, but we do know that Lumpkin was able to move the ball on those guys, had a good sound performance, executing the wishbone there. White County Warriors also in action. Union County also going at it as well. So a lot of our teams in North Georgia with scrimmages this past week officially wrapping up spring practice. And now and we're going to continue to talk about them. I know we're kind of running short on time here in our first segment. We are going to circle back around, especially in the next few weeks. We're going to continue the football discussion. We've got a lot of other stuff to get to today, so we will circle back around next week right here on the program and talk a little bit more in depth about our local high school football programs. And we'll do that, obviously, leading up to kickoff this year. We've got a whole summer to work with, so that's going to certainly be a focus of the instant replay and of Team FYN Sports. But again, a lot of things going on locally. High school football teams wrapping up their scrimmages, wrapping up their capping their 2-week spring practice sessions, and a lot of good things coming out of North Georgia. So we're certainly excited about it. Let's go ahead and take our first break. When we return, we'll talk a little bit more high school sports, taking it to the next level. A lot of local area athletes making their college choices official, and we'll talk a little bit of track and field, golf, and fishing. That's right, high school fishing coming up as well. Stay with us.
Life is filled with moments, some monumental, some mere seconds. Moments we often take for granted as we worry and anticipate all the moments to come. At Woodman Life, we help ease that worry with our affordable insurance and retirement products. We work to protect financial security, community pride, patriotism, and peace of mind so that you can protect the moments that matter most.
Tracy Jordan, Republican candidate for Georgia Insurance Commissioner, asked for your vote. Tracy has her priorities straight. Auto insurance providers should no longer be allowed to raise their rates without approval from Georgia's insurance commissioner. Health insurance providers will reimburse claims within 30 days or be fined. Georgians will finally be able to count on an insurance commissioner who fights for them instead of the insurance industry. Vote for the true conservative candidate, Tracy Jordan, a voice for Georgians.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World. In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
And welcome back to this episode of the Instant Replay. Again, I'm your host, Dave Garner, and as a reminder, you can always call us or email us and let us know about what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to local sports. Again, this is the fastest hour of online sports in North Georgia. Again, it goes quick, and we got a lot more to talk about still on the program here today, but as always, you can call us at 706-889-9700, and you can always email us your information, score updates, any information you'd like to share with us right here on the program. You can do that by emailing us at teamfynsports@fetchernews.com. Our very own Luther Kinsey joining us behind the glass here today. And Luther, you were at the Special Olympics in Fannin County this past week, amongst the many things that you were able to get to. And how did that go up there? I used to always love attending Special Olympics in Gilmer County and in Pickens County. You know, seeing those athletes compete, it's just an awesome feeling. What were your thoughts?
Well, it's amazing. Being from Hall County originally, of course, I officiated basketball and softball and some flag football for Special Olympics for many years. There's nothing that can touch the heart more than watching these athletes just give their all, and smiles, the tears.
Absolutely. Yep.
It was a very, very heart-touching moment for me, and I will never, ever turn down the opportunity to be around these athletes.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. Well, you know, and the good thing, or not necessarily the good thing, but the strange thing about this is it was scheduled to be at Fannin County High School football field outside. Expectations of heavy rain and thunderstorms, they were forced to find an alternative location, and Fannin County Middle School stepped up.
Right.
Miss Jeannie Bell, she is the director of the Special Olympics in Fannin County, basically set everything up, and with the help of the principal, Mr. Knuckles, and two assistant principals, Dr. Huff and Tony Tickler, worked the logistics out. The teaching staff and the lunchroom staff had to change basically their whole schedule. You're feeding 150, 200 athletes plus your normal students.
Exactly, yeah.
Everything went off without a hitch.
That's great.
It was
That's
amazing.
awesome.
They had long jump, the tennis ball throw, and what was supposed to be a 50-yard dash, but being that it was moved inside, it was more of a full court dash.
Right, exactly.
Medals were given in each event.
Right.
They had obstacle course, kind of slalom, where they put cones out and they still did the full court dash, working around that. It was amazing. Chick-fil-A sponsored the lunch for the athletes. The Chick-fil-A cows were there. They participated in a couple events, which the athletes just loved.
Right.
The Nighthawk, the mascot for University of North Georgia, was there.
There you go. Sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, yeah.
In bird language, told me that you really wanted to compete, but would probably be ruled ineligible because of the wings.
Right, exactly,
so,
exactly. Already college,
Again, just fun to be had by all. Great experience, laughter and tears and smiles just all day long by these athletes.
There you go.
But Jenny Bell, Dr. Knuckles, Dr. Huff, and Mr. Tickler, the three administrators and the director, kudos, great pat on the back for them for being able to make the transition in less than 24 hours.
Right. That's awesome.
Did great.
Very good. Congratulations to all the folks there in Fannin County for pulling off the Special Olympics. And, rain, Mother Nature, it's one of the things we don't have control over. So sometimes you just got to roll with it. But everyone did a really good job of pulling that event together. Thanks, Luther, for being there, and certainly appreciate the update on the Fannin County Special Olympics. Speaking of athletes taking it to the next level, that brings us to our Taking It to the Next Level segment. And this is the segment where we talk about our student athletes who have indeed signed and made their college choices official, where they're planning on, of course, extending their academic and athletic futures. And we've got several to report to you with just a little bit of time here, so we'll run through them. But how about Union County Panther Cole Wright, accepted to West Point? Obviously, if you're accepted to West Point, you've done something right. You've got to be a great human being as well as a good student. And Cole is the son of Shane and Summer Wright. He was the captain of the football team and also a member of the track team. So congratulations to Union County Panther Cole Wright, headed to West Point to continue his athletic and academic career. Also, Union County golfer Megan Rowe has signed to play at Columbus State and major in early childhood education as well. So congratulations to Megan. Also, Grace Wishmeyer from Union County has signed to play at Maryville, and she's going to major in biology. So congratulations, both Rowe and Wishmeyer will tee it up in the estate golf tournament as well, which as a matter of fact, as we speak. So again, two of the golfers competing in the state tournament headed to the next level, and we certainly want to wish them all the best. We're going to talk a little bit more about golf here in just a second. Dawson County High School graduate Harley Vaughn, by the way, was invited to work out for the Atlanta Falcons Falcons on the rookie minicamp, during the rookie minicamp back on May the 10th at Flowery Branch. After graduating from Dawson, Vaughn attended the University of West Georgia, where he basically started every game he played for the Wolves. And again, over his 4-year college career, several all-conference, all-American selections his senior year, and was second-team All-American nod this past season as well. So congratulations to Harley Vaughn. We'll keep you updated on the progress of all of our student athletes as they move on to the next level, and maybe even some that kind of go to the pro ranks or at least have a shot at that as well. And we also have Lizzie Howard as well from that's signing to play with ABAC soccer scholarship there. That signing, I believe, is today, Luther. I think you said at 1:30.
Yes, today at 1:30. And I will be there and have coverage for next week's show. All
right, Lizzie, and she's from Pickens High, I believe. And so, again, congratulations to Lizzie on a job well done, headed for soccer scholarship. We're starting to see more and more soccer athletes across our area be involved and starting to get those looks. You know, traditionally, not a strong area for that, but now with the growth of the soccer programs and so forth, it's just been awesome, and that's our taking it to the next level segment. A couple more notes. Fishing. You know, we talked about this before the break. Bass fishing. Pickens High School's Spencer Childers competed in the HSAA Bass Tournament, which is also known as the Bass Masters, and he brought home the victory. So it won't be long before we start highlighting Childers in some of these next level segments and national tournaments. Congratulations there. As we know, Gilmer High School, Pickens High School, they have those fishing teams now that are officially recognized. And so that's an awesome thing there, no doubt about it. Congratulations to Spencer on a job well done. And track and field, you know, we talked about it this past weekend, a lot of things going on. Excuse me as I continue to lose my voice here. But Union County, Dawson County showing up big in the state track meets. You had Zoe Sanchez finishing in the top 10 in the 1600. You had Frankie Muldoon also in the top there as well with 5 minutes 36 seconds. She placed 5th, which is the highest finish for the Panthers in the 3,200 meter event. Dawson's Jenna LaCours finished right behind her. Riley Barrett, a senior of Union County, placing in the top 10 in the 400. And I tell you what, just a lot of great efforts here. It just went up and down. I mean, Luther, when you talk about the track and field, when you talk about the efforts of our local area student athletes in track and field this year, Olivia Moore, state champion out of Pickens County, the accolades just continue to roll in for some of these local student athletes, man. It's just awesome. It's an awesome thing to see. No doubt about it. Amanda. What's going on? You can't, you know.
We've got high school graduation.
You can't break his concentration like that. I mean, you know Luther. I mean, you know how Luther works. I mean,
we've got graduation coming up next week, and we were having a little graduation discussion because we both have to be, you know, there taking tons of pictures of graduates.
Right.
So,
exactly.
You know, celebrating their careers.
Exactly.
Yeah. I tell you, Riley Barrett. Going back, you know, talking about the track. Riley Barrett, just of Union County, 3 events. You know, did well in all 3 of them. I have never met that young man, but I would like to meet him and shake his hand. He is more athletic in 1 foot than I am in my whole body. So, I mean, it's just, you know, several track all around. All schools all around. Didn't get to cover all of them this week, but, you know, I will be bringing them up in shows later on. Pickens did very well in track.
Right, yeah.
You know, of course, Gilmer did very good. Clear Creek Middle School just, you know, had their banquet this past week honoring theirs, where I'm going to mess this name up sure as the world. Jocelyn Burko, school record in shot put.
Yeah.
You know, so track is like soccer. It's really starting to take hold and grow in this area, and we're going to be seeing more of these in the future.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. How about golf? Real quick, state golf tournaments start today. We talked a lot about Catherine Densmore from Pickens, of course, being in the 4A competition there, teeing it up in Helen over at Innsbruck. Area 3, White County's Jacob Adams will compete at the estate meet as well this week. Excuse me. So we're starting to see golf come together. The Union and Dawson County girls are being represented at the Katichi Golf Club over in Lake Hartwell or Hartwell, Georgia. Dawson County's Jeremiah Crumley And Fannin Girls, Lainey Painter will be driving as well for championships this week. So next week, we'll have updates on how all these guys did today and tomorrow over the next couple days. But Luther, you're dressed for golf today. Am I feeling it that maybe you might be headed to the links today in some way, shape, or form? I don't know. I mean, you got your golf polo on today. You got your shorts. I mean, you're totally rocking the golf thing today. So,
well, the last couple of weeks we talked about the amount of polos that I own.
Right.
This is polo number 73.
73, I think, is what you said. I'm on number 12.
And
since
I'm not on camera, it's a very nice blue and orange. And no, I'm not a Tennessee fan.
That's what I was
it's a different orange. Polo. I can confirm it's definitely a different orange. But yeah,
thank you so much.
It's more of an auburn look, though. So it's a blue. It's that navy blue, kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, go Jackets. But
you sure you're not War Eagle? Okay.
But yeah, right. I originally had on my schedule this morning to to hit the links over at Innsbruck to watch Catherine Dinsmore of Pickens County.
Right.
Take on. She's the only individual qualifier that Pickens had, and of course the team unfortunately fell just a few points short of being qualify as a team in the team event. But I decided to come up here and hang out with you.
What a guy. I mean, Luther Kinsey's a stand-up guy. What can you say?
But
hey, I appreciate it, man. I mean, what can I say?
Well, okay. Anyway, let's move on from that. I appreciate that.
Oh, not bad. Not bad for a
to,
former official. But
well, football, golf. At least we're here.
Right? Exactly.
But I'm hoping to. If I can't make the links today, I'm definitely going to hit it tomorrow and get some coverage. And of course, there again, I'll be highlighting everything next week. Which, by the way, I understand you will be absent next week.
Yeah. What is next week? I'm not even 4th. Sure. Oh, is it?
Yes, it is.
Is that next week?
That's next week.
No, that's 2 weeks.
Correction, 2 weeks. I'm trying to run you out before it's time.
Hey, Amanda, do me a favor. Get him going on something else again. I'm just kidding.
Oh, goodness. Yes. Next week I will have you show. I will have notes for golf and highlight everything to do it.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
It's Monday.
There you go. Thanks, Luther. Again, that's golf. We'll talk more about that next week. We're going to go ahead and take our second break. When we return, we're going to have an in-studio interview with Mr. Kevin White of the Gilmer Recreation and Parks Department, and still plenty more to talk about. Rodeo, a local ARCA racer from Pickens County, and changing the guards and coaching changes, administrative changes locally in the area. That and much more if we can squeeze in the next 25 minutes. Stay with us.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Had the time of my life.
Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Better days ahead. Yellow pollen means green cash at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. The spring savings event is on at Days, and the discounts are deep. Now save up to $11,000 off select new 2018 Chevy Silverados, or up to $6,000 off select new 2018 Equinox. Pick any Chevy you want and save a bunch during the spring savings event going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
And welcome back to the Instant Replay. Again, I'm your host, Dave Garner. We got Luther Kinsey with us and Amanda Evans, our producer today behind the glass. And joining us now live in studio is Kevin White, the director of the Gilmer County Recreation and Parks Department. And Kevin, thanks for being with us. You and I go way back. We were just talking about, your son's coming through school, playing ball. I remember, I guess, Austin, your middle son, when he was a youth, qualifying for an Atlanta Hawks. I believe it was Atlanta Hawks.
It was a junior NBA.
Junior NBA.
Basketball talent. So
yeah.
He made it to the, had one more leg to where if he'd have won that leg, then he'd have went on to the All-Star game as a guest.
Absolutely, man, awesome. But no doubt about it, Kevin has been very involved in the local community in Gilmer County and surrounding areas even for a number of years, and so we're glad to have him on the show this morning. Right now, year-end baseball tournaments, getting ready for some Dizzy Dean All-Stars, I guess. Is where you guys are at.
We're hosting the 14s and the 12s out at Clear Creek Park this year, so we're pretty excited about that. It'll be the first time we get to host a tournament for our agency at the new park, so we're excited.
Absolutely. I know that lately I saw something over the weekend about a Boys and Girls Club road race, I guess, or 5K. I think it was held around the park area. You guys have worked on the walking trail. You've extended it. I think you said putting lights in. Tell us a little bit about that with the new playground and all the stuff, because driving by there, man, I've been seeing a lot of stuff going on, and it looks really good. So tell us about all the upgrades.
We've been real busy. The walking trail got resurfaced last week. Johnson Paving did that for us and done an excellent job. We added about, I think, around 1,100 foot to the other end. So we're right at a mile now.
Awesome.
So, and Georgia Power's come in and they put LED lights in. They like about probably 14 more poles on the new extension. So it's really coming together. And the playground's been open for probably about 3 weeks now, and it's a hit. It stays covered up all the time.
Absolutely. It's obvious when you drive by, the park, and you see that playground there, and it's awesome. I've seen kids playing and doing all different kinds of stuff. I think it's something definitely needed, and it seems like it's been pretty well received.
Oh yeah,
from the community. So
everybody loves it. We're doing a pavilion down there also, so it'll be about a 20 by 40 pavilion. So it should suit well for birthday parties and stuff like that. So.
Absolutely. And I know in the past, you and I haven't talked too much over the last year or two, but the addition of the park out at Clear Creek, the baseball park, the fields, that seems like it's been a big hit. Obviously, a lot of the games, of course, being played out there now, but man, that's a great facility. What that you guys have out there?
Yeah, pretty much all our games are played out there, except for some of the younger age groups. But the real plus is that with it being a clover leaf, and you've got families out there that's got multiple kids playing. They're not having to go from one end of the park to the other, so they can be right there at that central hub and catch all the games right there. So it really worked out nice.
I remember back in the day when I was covering sports and having to run around with the camera. At the river park, the fields, the way that they're just kind of stacked, you just about needed a golf cart, going up and down. But I love that clover leaf, kind of like that. Seems to kind of be the trend with a lot of rec departments now, is being able to have that one central press box that you can look out in all the different directions.
Yeah, it helps, and it helps as far as maintenance too. It cuts down on the travel of the guys, so it's a great addition to to the park.
Here we go. You know, we're talking early in the program about spring football, we're talking about high school stuff, but obviously the future of high school sports lies in the rec department with the youth, and you guys have done a great job with the football program. I think you were telling me last year you guys basically started the MFL, Mountain Football League. True. Tell us a little bit more about that, because I know now as we kind of wrap up baseball and we're starting to kind of look forward, I know you guys are going to be there before we know it. Talk a little bit about the Mountain Football League.
There was 8 agencies that pulled out of the North Georgia Youth Football League a year ago and started the Mountain Football League. And this year we picked up 2 more, so we've got Lumpkin County, White County that's come on board, so that gives us 10 agencies, and it was a real success last year. I mean, for it to be our first season, and it's the parents are having to travel less, and we're able to be just with the small numbers of having 10 agencies. When we do scheduling, once again, if you got parents that have multiple kids playing, we can schedule all their games at one location. You know, and not have to
makes sense. Yeah.
You know, in the past, you'd have one parent going to Pickens County, one parent going to Banks County. Right. So we've eliminated all that. It's really worked out for everybody.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys are doing a lot of great stuff. Looking forward to football season, but I know you still got some baseball to wrap up with the Dizzy Dean All-Stars being able to host the walking trail, the playground. A lot of things going on at the rec department. Anything else going on this summer that you want to let folks know about?
I will tell you that Tammy's special tonight is soup, beans, and cornbread out the ball field. So
there you go. That sounds good.
So everybody come out and join us tonight for some great baseball.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Kevin, we appreciate you being with us right here on the program, man.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing the future, the youth going at it as we get closer to football season. A lot of things going on at the Gilmer County Rec Department, and we hope that you guys will check it out. We'll go ahead and take another time out. When we return, the 4th and final quarter segment of our program, we'll talk about the best of the rest. Stay with us.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World. In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Back here with the Instant Replay, I'm your host, Dave Garner, joined beside Luther Kinsey right here. I want to thank Kevin White for being our guest in that last segment there. Looking forward to all the things that are going on with all of our local area park and recs, but especially in Gilmer County. Kevin's done a great job, no doubt about that. A lot of things going on locally. And we want to let you guys know there is a way that you can let us know what's going on in your hometown by calling us at 706-889-9700, or you can always email us at teamfynsports@fetchernews.com. Here we are now in our fourth and final quarter segment of the program, and we don't have a lot of time left. We're not even going to get to everything on the rundown, but that's a good thing because we're getting through a lot of our high school sports. But let's take a break from that for just a moment. And a big rodeo on Saturday down at the Sackett's Rodeo down in Jasper. Good video, good picture. I mean, those events always make for some good video, good TV, good everything. You know what I'm saying?
It does. Well, I'll tell you, it was Friday night and Saturday night.
Yep.
Of course, I was able to make it out on Saturday. We had calf ropers, steer wrestlers, saddle bronc, bareback, barrel racing, team ropers, and of course, everybody's favorite, the bulls.
The bulls.
You know, and I will tell you, when you take an average 170, 185 pound man and put him on 2,500 to 3,500 pounds of steak with legs, it gets exciting, hairy, and scary real quick.
It's a recipe for excitement.
Let
me tell you.
No
doubt about that.
But you know, Hollywood Harris was one of the rodeo clowns there.
Right.
And he brought up a very good point.
Yeah.
If you've got a cow laying down, what do you have? Ground beef.
Man, we just keep going downhill.
Well, I had to throw that in. I'm partial to the rodeo clowns. I go to watch the rodeo clowns.
Oh, they're very entertaining. These guys are very entertaining. They put their life on the line.
They
too,
really do. They are the bullfighters
it.
are the ones that save a lot of lives in rodeo life, in rodeo on stage.
Is there? I think you said you had a video. Is there
I
a
do.
video?
I actually have some excitement for you.
Okay.
You have some excitement. I think Amanda should have it queued up and ready for us.
Amanda, you ready for the video in there?
You were not around a bull. Watch this man do it. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. Just wrong. I fill you up. Red Soda. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup.
But I've been to it before several different times. It's always a lot of fun, and the crowd is always great. There's always a ton of people there, and I know obviously with the weather kind of being iffy, you wonder about that, but it looked like there was a good crowd out there.
It was. We had some lightning in the distance and some rain earlier in the day, but it cleared out. It was just an absolutely beautiful night. I'd say around 72 degrees. The beautiful skyline of the sunset was just amazing. Amanda, I'm not sure if you've pulled it up yet, but will you bring up the picture of the lady on the horse there with the American flag? Yeah, there it is. I'll tell you, that young lady right there is the granddaughter, and I wished I could remember his name, of the world famous trick roper you've seen throughout the years doing the lasso tricks and things like that.
Yeah.
She also led the opening parade with the American flag.
Wow, it's always a very patriotic event. That's the one thing I've noticed about the rodeo. I mean, it's very red, white, and blue. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it is all American, and I actually learned how the saddle bronc and bareback riding started in rodeo. It was really interesting, and of course, I know we've got to get on those things. I just want to mention this real quick. Back in the old Western days, the cowboys, unfortunately, would be a little intoxicated, but they would go out there with the wild horses and decide and put, kind of their gold pieces or whatever they had, and they would make their bets on who could stay on one of these wild horses the longest.
Wow. Okay.
And that's how that's how that event got started in the rodeo.
Now it's 8 seconds, baby.
Yeah, it is.
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
You got to be sitting there for 8 seconds.
They asked that the other night. And one of the gentlemen says, "You know how long we're supposed to stay on these bulls?" I said, "You're supposed to stay on for 8 seconds." He said, "You think we can do it?" I said, "I'm giving you 2.5 to 3." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because that's the average ride time."
Well, that's about
and it
right.
is about on average in these smaller rodeos. And then when you get into professional PBR or National Finals Rodeo and all that, you have a 6 to 7 second average.
Right.
But in the smaller rodeos, like Southeastern Rodeo Company is the one that provides all the stock and of the workers, I guess you would say, for this one. The average time is about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. That's something. That's awesome. Big rodeo this past weekend down in Jasper, and I want to thank Sackett's and all the folks for putting that together once again. ARCA Racing, did you know that we've got a local high school student that is actually a race car driver who has been at it since he was a little kid, has now worked his way up to ARCA, which is basically one step from the big boys, if you will, from NASCAR. Pickens High student Chandler Smith took the pole for Sunday's Menards 200 up in Toledo, Ohio, and would go on to finish 4th in that race. So another top 5 for Chandler, who in his 3 starts has won 3 poles and is not even really running a full-time ARCA schedule, but has done a great job, and so congratulations to Chandler, who continues to move up the ranks. Speaking of taking it to the next level, here's another guy that's doing that. We're going to be able to talk about him. So we think about scholastic sports, we think about high school sports and the football and baseball and so forth, but we also have athletes in our schools who do motocross, who race, whether they're younger and they race quarter midgets all the way up to the bandoleros or even stock or what have you. So we got a lot of other students in our schools that are doing other things as well outside of the traditional high school sports, and so we want to recognize those folks as well. We're going to continue to follow Chandler through the ranks, because he's about a step or 2 away, if that, from being up there in a NASCAR ride. So again, Chandler again taking forth, had some car problems, blew out a tire, a lot of stuff he had to overcome, still finished in the top 5 of the ARCA race up in Toledo over the weekend. So congratulations to Chandler. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is. As a young man, I dreamed of being a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, I thought about it at one time.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's just like any other sport. It's tough to break into it. He's got a lot of support, got a good family. I know them personally, and so again, Chandler, looking forward to seeing big things out of him. Changing of the guards segment before we get out of here tonight. We've got a whole other segment of regional stuff that we're not going to be able to get to today. NBA playoffs are going on. The Atlanta Braves with a huge comeback on Sunday, down 6-0, come back and win 10-9, scoring 6 in the bottom of the ninth to win. A lot of great things that we'll talk about next week. We're also going to dive more into high school football, but our final segment here tonight will be changing of the guard. We do have some coaching changes that we do want to share with you. Zach Odom is the new head baseball coach for Union County. 2000 graduate of Union and a graduate from Young Harris. He will replace Robbie Roxbury, who coached for the last 3 seasons, but Odom was a 4-year starter for the Panthers and part of the 2010-2013 state tournament team. So he's a younger guy, but he's going to do a great job in Union County. Zach Odom, the new coach there, and I'll let you come back around, Luther, and comment on these. Alan Griffin also has resigned as the athletic director of White County. His reasoning is he wants to get back into coaching, so we do wish Coach Griffin all the best there, resigning as the athletic director in White County. And lastly, the Union County Board announced the approval to hire Stephen Mitchell as the new softball coach for the Lady Panthers. Mitchell comes from Bowden High School over in West Georgia. He's got a good tradition over there. He led the Lady Red Devils to a 50-16 record and a 2017 Elite Eight tournament appearance. So again, Mitchell is the new Union County Panthers softball coach. So a lot of changes in Blairsville and Union County, as well as White County. And so again, we're going to continue to keep you updated right here on the Instant Replay, Team FYN Sports, of any of our coaching changes, administrative changes in our local area, but a few more to pass along here today.
Yeah, talking about Zach Odom, he's part of the staff. He joined the staff with Roxbury last year. Some notes that I read, he was really shocked that he was brought forth. He's wanted to go into head coaching. As you read, a very long history. Also, the basketball. He's a 4-year starter for Panther basketball and received all region honors in his senior year. He's born a Panther. He lived a Panther, and now he's going to work as a Panther. And it's amazing. Look forward to seeing what he's got. Union County has a good program, and his number one thing is hustle. He said that's hustle and attitude. That's what he wants to see, and that's what he's going to start working with immediately.
There we go. There we go. Sounds good. And that is our changing of the guard segment, and we appreciate that, and appreciate you guys for tuning in once again on this week's program. And despite what Luther thinks, I will be here next week, or at least I'm planning on it. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. But I will be gone a couple weeks, and then we've got plenty of folks. We've got Luther, and we've got folks to handle it. But next week, we're going to talk a little bit about the state golf, the stuff that we talked about. We'll continue to talk more about spring football practice. We really didn't get a lot into the spring games today because we just didn't have time. We had so much stuff we wanted to share with you guys, and we will be able to do that in the coming weeks, and we'll have plenty of time because really we have all summer now to break down high school football. And let's not forget, there's softball, there's volleyball. Coach Parks, I think, from Gilmer emailed us her schedule the other day, so we've got that.
August 8th.
August 8th. So we're gonna talk a lot more about not just football, but all fall sports. And of course, we got Kevin White who's going to be joining us. We got our Park and Rec folks who have a lot going on this summer as well. So we're going to be meeting with those guys. We're going to have a very busy summer. I don't think it's going to be anything we're going to have a lack of stuff to talk about at all. But we're honored to be with us. And there's only one thing I can say, man. War Eagle.
As I said, Dave Garner Garner will not be here next week. I'm not trying to run you off. As usual, it's great being on the show with you, and I'm just happy and blessed to be a part of it.
There we go. Thanks. What was that, Amanda?
Do you want to make him mad again?
No, I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to make him mad.
Oh, one quick note: you will be here next week, but June 4th will be your first day out. You have other business to attend to, I believe, that day.
Yep.
It is rumored that BKP himself may make an appearance on the sports show.
Wow. Double duty.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Good morning from the office from 8 to 10, and then coming back on here. He's going to come on here just to start something with you.
Oh, he is.
That's the only reason he's coming on here. He wants to fire things up a little bit, but
we can probably handle that.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean I can't. I might be able to call. Who knows? The situation. I might be able to chime in. We'll see. I'll be out of town that day. But
we'd love to hear from you.
We'll see how it goes. It
won't be the same without you.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Luther Kinsey with me right here again with Team FYN Sports. He's the leader of this operation right here, and then of course we've got Amanda Evans behind the glasses, our producer. Sammy Cates, a whole lot of other people behind the scenes as well. Appreciate you guys being on board with us. That's going to wrap things up for this week's edition of the Instant Replay. I'm Dave Garner. We'll see you same time next week right here on the program, and we appreciate you being with us. If it happens in North Georgia, we're all over it as we promote and highlight student athletes in a positive way right here with Team FYN Sports and the Instant Replay. So long, everyone.